Hey guys, it's Abby, aka Demonic Fowl, and today I'm here with Oliver, the love of my life. Say hi.
Hello.
And he is from Denmark, if you're new here, and he and I are in a long-distance relationship. He is in town for only a few more days, and I'm kind of sad about that, but anyways. I asked a month ago for some long-distance questions, or just questions in general. I will answer both to the best of my ability, and this is my first Q&A, and it's with this great guy, so it's totally the best Q&A in the world. So, let's get started. And I have paper, like a traditional YouTuber. Okay, so the first question comes from Pizza Pal, who asks, how do you make Skype calls more interesting?
I think when you have something to talk about that's relevant for your individual lives, it makes it a lot more, immersive.
I guess, yeah. And how things go on in our relationship, we kind of like talk in the context of politics is oftentimes one thing we talk about, but it's more relevant topics that apply to both of us, whether it's about our lives or about the world going around us. But I might suggest doing some games as well. Conversation doesn't always have to be bubbling. You can just sit there and be quiet for a bit, but I don't know how you feel about that, but relevant topics and games, like, question games or other things in sorts. I did make, like, a top 5 things to do in long-distance relationships, promo, hashtag, sponsor, YouTube videos. So, coming from Doug, the big DP. I don't even know what DP is. Do you know what DP is?
Nope.
Doug, tell me that in the comments. I know you're going to watch this video. Tell me. I never asked you that before, okay. So he says, I don't have any long-distance relationship questions, but I am interested in what you'll be packing for uni. Or are you going to live at home? I am forgetting. And almost 90 subs. How cool is that? Love the ending. Too much fun. Well.
What a nice guy.
Yee. Okay, I just wolf. But, I'm actually planning on packing, or doing kind of a video on what I'm packing, because I'm kind of pulling things together off Amazon at the moment, but I don't have everything, like, crystal clear. I mean, there are things that I'm pulling together, and decorative stuff, and, like, the basics for what I'm bringing, but I'm not living at home. I'm living, like, an hour and a half away, but I'll probably be coming home most weekends. But I have a roommate, and it's exciting, but I have a dorm life, so I don't know how that's working out so much. I still do have, like, 30 days until I move in, so it's a while, but I'll probably come out with a video for that, because that would be a better way of explaining it than me trying to pull together my thoughts in my scatterbrain. Question comes from Bunny, and it's 11 questions, and I'm going to try to answer these to the best of my ability, and he's going to answer these to the best of his abilities. Do you want to take turns on these questions, or what?
Sure thing.
Okay, so the first questions, the first question is, are your parents okay with you being in a long-distance relationship? And are his?
It was never an issue.
Yeah, I don't think it was ever an issue. And, I mean, we've been dating for, like, 4 years, and so, like, if there was an issue, he wouldn't be here, and he and I would not be able to, like, be together at all.
I think I was more concerned about your family with the whole stigma. Meaning, when I first came over here, I mean, I didn't really know anything about the States or, what the culture's like. So I was kind of...
yeah, you're a foreigner.
I was threatened lightly,
Yeah.
Kind of trying to be on good terms with your family.
So I'm kind of raised in Southern culture, so there's a lot more different kind of mannerisms and customs and, like, kind of what's appropriate, what's inappropriate, and so forth. Like, we don't have nude beaches. We ain't no nudies.
We don't either. But people just do it anyway.
I'll have to ask you more about that later. What do you do when you really miss him and want to be there physically? Cry. I cry.
I don't know. I deal with it.
I usually call him or text him. Or actually, one of the things I do is I make video messages if I'm really missing him, and I'll just kind of talk to him, like, kind of vlog style, like I do here on YouTube. And it's just kind of more kind of personal one-on-one. And I'll send that to him, and he'll watch it. I'll usually do that, like, at night. And so when he wakes up, he'll see it, and then he and I will call and chat and Skype and whatever, and I'll kind of let him know how I'm feeling. But yeah. What do you do when you miss me? Do you cry?
I don't really have a thing that I do.
Do you cry?
No. Because I'm a man.
How long have you been a couple together?
4 years.
Actually, not 4 years yet. 4 years is on Valentine's Day of 2018.
Whatever.
We don't even, like, numbers-wise,
Big
it's
details.
like 3.5-ish. It's actually a little less. It's like 3 and 5 months. Very important. When's my birthday?
April 1st. Sure joke.
Next question is, what are the advantages of being in a long distance for you? I would say mine is mainly the fact that I can focus on academics, more so than if we were together. He and I like to laugh a lot, and so when we were together, it's like I'm constantly giggling, and I can't ever focus on anything.
And when
but
I'm
him.
away, you're miserable.
Yeah, I'm always miserable when you're away.
Just admit it.
I love you. Okay, but what is an advantage for you?
There is none.
Now I feel bad.
Well, because you gotta make some kind of, really difficult answer, not just say it like this.
The next question is, how often do you text/call each other? And I say on a daily basis we text. Most of the time we call several times a day, but that's like voice call via Facebook. But we kind of Skype once every 2 weeks, or maybe twice, 2 weeks period. But we try to do it weekly.
Well, we used to do it more.
We used to do it almost like every day. And in the summertime, we used to be like hopping on Skype and talking like for hours every day. Nowadays, it's kind of less than what it used to be, and that's just because
crowded schedule.
Yeah, we're busy. Like, he went on a pilgrimage too, and it's like he went on an adventure for like the beginning of June, so I didn't get to really talk to him because he had exams, and then I didn't really get to Skype call him for 2 months.
Personally.
Actually, I really should check when we didn't Skype, because I think it's been 2 months since I Skype called you. Any overall tips/advice you have for others making their long distance relationship last? Be honest. Be open.
Save up money for visits. That's important.
That is definitely important. Seeing each other when we need each other most is probably one of those things that if you don't see each other, like if you've been together for, let's say, 5 years and you haven't met yet, it makes it really hard to...
I don't think I could do 5 years.
No, I could hardly do
I
one.
don't think I could do 1 or 2 either.
Yeah. Be yourself. Don't lie.
Don't try and be, something that you're not when you first meet them, because it's just going to backfire.
In reality, I feel like when we kind of met the first few times, I was really kind of held myself back.
No, it's not something that I have personal experience with, but I imagine that if you were kind of dishonest with your partner, it would probably backfire on you.
And that's just good.
I think we came really far with the honesty that we had in the beginning.
What was the first thing that made you fall in love with Oliver? And I would definitely say his personality. He's really quirky, and he's goofy, and he's always straightforward and blunt. What was the first thing that made you fall in love with me? Don't be crude. Don't be crude.
I don't know. You were just sweet, You're the kind of person that, I mean, you know how sometimes you get a friend, you just love spending time with them? It's like all you want to do.
Are you friend-zoning me?
Yes.
If you had a child with Oliver, would you support them if they got into a long-distance relationship? Why or why not? I would say yes.
Sure, why not?
I mean, Oliver's had family members that were long-distance, in the 80s?
Yeah, I have one who lives in Canada now.
But it's kind of weird because he's had relatives like that, like in the prior generation. And so it's kind of a generational thing in a weird way. But I would support it. There's really nothing. I mean...
It really depends on where they're from, though.
I get it. Depends on the person. But, you're picky with any relationship. But I don't have an issue with it. I mean, in the future, who knows? Maybe we'll teleport and they'll meet somebody, you know, teleporting. I don't know. We have plans on closing the distance for good in the near future. And that answer is there's really no plans at the moment. I'm going to college. Don't really know how lives are going, but we'll see. Hopefully. I don't know. I'd miss you too much.
Was it awkward for you when you first met? If so, how did you overcome that? I'm personally really scared of disappointing my boyfriend when we meet in real life. Cry face.
I would say that it was like really awkward. Although our first kiss was cute.
I wouldn't say awkward, I would say terrifying.
I was terrifying. Like I was worried I was taller than you. Priorities.
Sure got them in check.
I wasn't worried about your personality. I was just worried if I was taller than you. That makes me feel really shallow.
Oh yeah.
You just kick the stand. Don't kick the stand. No, don't. Stop it. Lisa? Okay. Lisa says, I love your videos. Every video I feel like I can pretty much relate to. Even how excited you are for him to come. My God, I am the same every time it's getting close for my bae to come. As well as I'm in a long-distance relationship myself, I have questions that could be fun for you two can relate to. Number 1, do you usually plan stuff you guys want to do together ahead of time, even if it's months until next time you see each other? No, we're kind of impromptu, spur of the moment. We'll find out.
It's spontaneous.
Yeah, it's pretty spontaneous.
Unless your family wants to take us somewhere.
Unless we're going on vacation, like with my family, everything's just like, what do we feel like doing today? I mean, maybe we should plan more ahead of time instead of being so spur of the moment.
No, whenever we do have large trip, we do plan major events.
Mm-hmm. Number 2, how often do you two meet in a year? And are you happy with that amount? I'd say we meet kind of like twice a year.
On a good year, 3 times.
On a good year, 3 times. On a normal year, at least maybe sometimes twice.
It's always one. Once
it's at least once, but it's usually twice.
Nowadays, it's usually twice.
Yeah, usually like kind of like every 6 months.
Well, we usually make it like 2 or 3 weeks.
Mm-hmm. But the kind of they're like 2 or 3 weeks at a time. Sometimes it can be like 10 days, but this one has been 28.
It's actually been 29.
29 days? Okay. Well, usually 2 times, 3 times a year for like 2 to 3 weeks at a time, which is like almost like 1 month. No way. But this is a longer year, so that's good. Sad questions, but have you ever felt like it won't work out as a lot of long-distance couples have? Or has it just been scared it won't? Yeah.
I would never trouble myself with those thoughts.
I'm the one who troubles myself with those thoughts. In a way.
Do you think it's you that's going to dump me or me that's going to dump you?
I am not. That's dramatic, but in a way, when we kind of began, I don't think either one of us are going to dump each other now. But like when we were early in a relationship, I was really like thinking he was going to dump me because I had a lot of insecurity problems, and that just kind of was rooted in my personality and how I thought. But now it's different. In reality, I think everyone has those moments until you kind of grow as a person. The last question of the Q&A. Hopefully I can condense this video. Where do you two see yourself in 5 years? Will you possibly living together? Where? Etc. I hope to be living in Denmark. Maybe. I don't know. But in 5 years, I'll be just getting out of college. That'll be like my first year out of college. I have no idea. I mean, in reality, like, I could see myself living with you, and that would be, like, perfect. I would hope we'd be, like, engaged at that point. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. But I mean,
I think an apartment would be realistic.
I mean, who knows?
Probably in the States.
Probably. But I mean, our lives are pretty much entwined at this point, even though we're so far away. Anyways, this was a long video. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you to Oliver, the love of my life, for starring with his, he's the important one here. But thanks so much. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button, and hopefully content will be coming out sooner. Oliver's kind of a rare, exotic figure in a video, so thanks so much, guys, and have a fantastic day. Gobble gobble, I'm a satanic turkey.